Hey guys, Adam Crow here, and it's commentary time. Now, once again, we are going back into the realms of machinima, and I apologize for this, but there is yet another ass pie that we need to own within that realm. His name is 2kDragon. And he's not necessarily known for his machinima, which is a series called Life Inside Halo. I'm not exactly familiar with it, so I'm not really going to comment on it. No, what this guy's more infamous for is what he accurately calls rage rants, where he goes off on tangents on things nobody gives a flying crap about, and utters such hilarious quotes such as this.
May I rip out your spleen, your heart, your lungs, your spine?
Uttered with all the subtlety of Gilbert Gottfried on the Howard Stern show High on Crack. Now, this was a request from a guy who wanted to remain anonymous, but let's just say I wouldn't say no to this guy in a million years, especially considering the video that he's brought to me today. This is 2kDragon's latest rant, and it's one that he's done on censorship, an issue that is so important that 2kDragon felt the need to weigh his 2 cents on the issue and let the world know how much more of a moron he's become since his latest rage fit. And so it's with this in mind that we buckle our seatbelts and prepare for the ride that will surely scramble our brains for weeks. Let's begin, shall we?
Hey guys, I'm 2kDragon. I'm saving this world, killing one noob at a time.
Yet you're not gonna save us any time by regaling us with a 1-minute intro. Now, I'm pretty sure Zero Wolf still outfails you in that regard as far as length is concerned, but you're still a very close runner-up, I gotta say.
Roll it!
Okay, what's the point of all this nonsensical garbage? I mean, again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least with Zero Wolf, you kinda got the grasp that his intro was in context, that he was actually trying to introduce you to a rant series. What 2kDragon's got here is just generic, ooh, I'm a rageaholic, I'm angry, I'm gonna curse, I'm gonna say fuck, shit, and piss. Arrgh! I'm hardcore! It's just useless. In case any of you guys want to know what that bobblehead Batman was saying, here's a quick translation.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it! I got a big ball!
Whoa! When are people gonna learn that close-ups of your face and mouth don't make for good dramatic effects?
Hello and welcome to another Rage Rant, where people get to say I'm a fucking asshole for giving my fucking opinion while looking like a fucking idiot. But that's just how I roll. Now,
Wow, would you look at that? He wound up owning himself. Well, guess my job is done here. See you all next time. Okay, what? I meant it. The commentary's over. Go home. Shoo. You really want me to do this? You really want me to sit through 8 minutes of 2kDragon? One of the most bullshitting ranters on the internet? One of the most inane? One of the most mind-blowing? I'm gonna lose my sanity. And frankly, so are you. You're still not budging, are you? In fact, it's probably encouraging you that I'm warning you of all the things to come. Alright. Let the ownage continue, you sadistic bastards.
The conversation we're gonna have today about the subject, which you can see at the top of the fucking screen most likely, on Dissidia. Now, I did...
Okay, I've never really played Dissidia Final Fantasy, or any Final Fantasy game in general, and plus, this part of the video should not even be in. It's basically a rehash of his last video where he ranted about Final Fantasy's story and bitched about how it didn't make sense. So, for the sake of time constraints and just that I don't want to hear him blabber on about nonsensical bullshit, I'm going to skip this part. But let me just say first, if you expected a decent story in a fighting game, even if it's Final Fantasy related, you are such a moron. I mean, sure, someone could argue that because Final Fantasy is tied to a supposedly deep and enriching story, it should have a good plot. But then again, the same logic could be applied to Marvel Comics, and yet no one complains when there's a lack of plot in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or any Marvel Comics-related game in general. They just want to see their favorite characters duke it out and just beat the living crap out of each other. That's the purpose of a fighting game to me, and I don't think that just because all the characters have spiky hair, big swords, and emo attitudes, that should change. Well, that was my opinion. Now let's get on to the part that's relevant. And I use that term loosely.
But let's move on. Today we're going to talk about censorship and how frickin' stupid it is.
Oh yeah, because obviously a guy with a counter at the bottom of his screen gauging how many times he says fuck is definitely mature enough to explain why we don't need censorship. The irony here is just astounding, isn't it?
Did I just censor myself? Who knows? Let's continue. I, for one, support the idea of some censorship on public television. Why? Because I don't like the idea of children getting into the world that we teenagers or adults get into as we grow up. I don't like it. I don't like how they're introduced to Halo, Call of Duty, the internet, all kinds of stuff at such a young age. It horribly affects them. We see it every day. I call them noobs because that's what they are when they take it the wrong way. And I, for one, don't like it.
Okay, here I can somewhat see where you're coming from. I mean, who doesn't hate the obnoxious 7 or 8-year-old that comes on the Xbox Live thinking he's all that and cursing up a storm saying, "Oh, you're such a faggot, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm OG gangsta, I'm MLG, blah 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 blah." But yeah, I don't think that the actual video games or movies or TV are actual causes of the children's behavior. I personally think it's all the fault of the parents. Because they're the ones who give in at the end of the day. They're the ones who let their TV raise their kid. They're the ones that get them everything just to shut them up, just so they'll look cool at their class. It just gets to the point where they're spoiled and spoiled and spoiled, and lo and behold, we have a generation of assholes that we, the older generation, have to deal with, unfortunately. So bottom line, the obscene television, movies, and video games, they're a symptom, not a cause. But folks, keep in mind that 2kDragon has said this, because it's going to come back to bite him in the ass really soon.
But this is the fucking internet. We can use words like
shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Thank you, George Collin. Rest in peace. You were taken from us too soon, in my opinion.
Aw, come on, man. You're gonna use George Carlin in this? You're really gonna besmirch his name just to support your bullshit? Carlin, if you're up there, I'm sorry that you still have to deal with fucking morons.
It's really ridiculous. Censorship has gotten more and more in the freaking air of the internet now.
See, this is where his argument comes back to bite him in the ass. 2kDragon, you just said that you're against children having access to vulgar material, such as violent video games or crass movies and television, etc., etc. But here's the thing. That's public media. Something that without censorship or without parental guidance, a child could have access to any kind of content of any kind of rating. Guess what else is a public media? The internet. So applying the same kind of logic here, what's to stop a kid from seeing something on TV, let's say Jackass, and him going onto YouTube and watching the same show or something similar? Say, there is no difference, is there? So why are you against censorship on the internet and only the internet? I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't suit your needs. It doesn't let you say, fuck, shit, piss, cunt, any kind of curse word you can spew at your webcam and not take any form of responsibility for it. Folks, can any of you out there say, hypocrite?
YouTube, for example. Now, I understand that there are some things on YouTube that people like to censor, maybe because they want to be mature for the audience. That's their decision. But when I see stuff like machinima.com...
Machinima.com. Really? I mean, granted, I have my own problems with that site, mainly because there's a severe lack of quality, and they made a mockery of Dio's death when it actually happened. But as far as censorship goes, you realize that this is the same site that houses Arby and the Chief, Freeman's Mind, and Sanity Not Included, right? And you say they have a problem with censorship?
When they censor stuff, it's ridiculous. Mortal Kombat Legacy. I'm liking how this live action thing is going. I am loving it. It's really cool. I love how we're making it, like, make it more of a realistic version. Like how they're showing it, like what's the right way to put it? I mean, Rebirth showed more realistically. Legacy looks like it's going a little more of like an actual Mortal Kombat. I'm not sure. But I like how it's looking. I like how it's actually live action and a lot better than the movies. I mean, the movies were okay.
God.
Get on with it!
Thank you.